another year, another GDKP drama. It's been a year after the entire GDKP banning season of Discovery, a little over that actually. It's been a while, and it is probably the most controversial thing to happen to World of Warcraft in a while. The banning of GDKPs, gold, dragon kill point raids. You cannot use gold as a currency in a raid to get gear or to get gold out of the raid. It's been going for a while. Now even Wowhead is talking about it. Should Blizzard allow GDKPs in the Burning Crusade and Beyond Classic Plus? Now, I am not here to talk about the article itself. You can read it if you want. They are making like the explanations we've always heard about pro GDKPs and anti GDKPs. GDKPs are by far the most efficient and quote-unquote fair loot system that exists, and there is also the RMT problem, the lesser of the two evils, helping PvP players that got no interest in actually doing raids to get the raid gear they need to PvP better, namely, for example, the war glaives of Asinot, which are gonna cost you a couple $1,000,000, I bet. But yeah. But I guess it is time to talk about it and to address this. And I will come out and say I do think that GDKPs need to come back for TBC. First of all, TBC is not vanilla. TBC is the ultimate raid logging expansion. Once you get your pre-raid bees and you get all that grind done, you got nothing to do in TBC really, except farming gold. Raiding in TBC is very cheap, especially if they fix the goddamn Terracone. Terracone is the Black Lotus equivalent to TBC. Not nearly as bad, but everything needs a Terracone. That's a plant, and if that supply is a little better, you know, a lot of the problems with the economy would instantly go away. I actually changed my mind a lot on GDKPs over the years, mainly actually recently because of my interview with Greek Wario, and he showed me the economy era, you know, a server that has 6 years of full on inflation blasting the economy 24/7 compared to Anniversary, and somehow, against all odds, Mongoose, Frost Oil, and many other consumables are cheaper on era than they are in Anniversary. And that to me really means something, because not only, apparently, evidently, GDKPs in era are not damaging the economy significantly to the point that they will be worse off because they are better off, somehow the lack of GDKPs is increasing the pressure in the economy in many different ways. Now, the main way is the economic inequality, because there is not a lot of great ways to farm gold. The people that want to stand out, because in vanilla, remember guys, we're talking vanilla here, not TBC for a minute, you need so many consumables to pull something off in vanilla, to have a great parse in vanilla. If you're in TBC, you got a battle elixir, a guardian elixir, or a flask, and a food buff, I guess. And that's pretty much it. In vanilla, you can take a flask, plus every single elixir that you want, plus some unique consumables like roids, for example, and all that stuff, plus the sharpening stone, plus things like the void shards, whatever, the mana thing, I forgot the mnemonic runes, sorry, and the engineering things like the sappers. The sappers are also a lot more hard to make in vanilla than TBC, because in TBC you can kill certain mobs and they will drop minerals to make engineering with it, so you can make that. Minerals in TBC are not a problem really. So the expected load for you to get gold in vanilla, especially in Anniversary, is insane, and it prices people out of raiding. People that otherwise in a GDKP environment would have been able to raid, make money from the raid, and they would indeed be able to afford to raid. A lot of people quit because of that, and I do not blame them. I was one of them. Do I want to spend most of my week farming gold so I can go to AQ40 for gear I don't even need because I am rank 14? It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. And here's the other nasty thing about GDKPs. I believe that the reason that Anniversary consumables are so insane is because all the swipers didn't go anywhere, right? I will never understand it because I am a poor third world person, right? But for an American, you know, like especially WoW players, we're old. You're like 35 years old. You are, I don't know, an engineer. You make $150,000, $200,000 a year. I don't even know how much an engineer makes in America. A lot of money. You are single. You live alone. You probably don't need half the money you make, because where are you gonna spend money? You don't go out, you play WoW, right? Spending $300 on gold for a Thunder Fury is not that crazy if you look at it that way. Like, how much money do people spend on their hobbies? Like, if you like hiking, you probably probably spend more money on hiking equipment. If you like boating, oh my god, even fishing, like how much is like a nice fishing rod? If you're like the traditional boomer and you go fishing, a good fishing rod is probably more than $300. So even though I will never, cultural divide here, I will never understand why people would do it. Mathematically, yeah, no wonder they spend that money. It's a drop in the bucket for them. They don't care. And I feel those swipers that existed across the entire history of WoW, and especially in Classic, all that money that would have otherwise gone to GDKPs, they are choosing to spend it on the one thing they can still swipe for, and that is consumables. So swipers have gone from pay to win, buy all the gear you want, to pay to win, price everybody auto raiding. And granted, I am not a great fan of that entire GDKP for the swipers thing. I get it, it's very cynical. I am very cynical. I do GDKPs in Pandaria knowing full well that a lot of swipers are gonna come and they are gonna inflate the pot, they are gonna oil me up, and that's fine. I wanna get oiled up. No DD. So now that we have proof, very solid proof, that GDKPs do not damage the economy, at least they do not damage the economy any more than an economy with rampant RMT that doesn't have GDKPs, because Anniversary still has rampant RMT. RMT never stopped and it only got worse for the economy. There is only one argument, in my opinion, that has any weight to GDKPs. Only one. And that is that GDKPs are too good. Now that, I think, is an argument that a lot of people do not make. People try to say that GDKPs are bad. GDKPs are awesome. They fix all the problems that you might have on the social part of the game. You don't have to worry about people getting mad over loot, because if somebody beats you on the bids for an item in a GDKP, nobody's gonna say that you're unfair because they paid more money than you, so that's fair. Also, if they lose an item, they are not gonna be as mad because at least you're getting a big chunk of money at the end, so that's fine. You still got something, so you don't feel like you got ripped off, you feel like you got a big paycheck, and that's good. GDKPs also tend to reward people for coming back into the raid because they keep saving money that they can then spend on items, so that has like its own self-enforcing attendance, for lack of a better word. GDKPs make it so people raid a lot more because, in the words of Greek Warrior, I don't wanna waste my lockout. Every lockout you do not go to, Sol Gorob, whatever, like AQ20, even the raids that you don't need to go anymore, and in TBC that's gonna be plenty. Are you really gonna keep going to Magteridon after tier 4, sorry? Probably not. You're still gonna do Gruul for the Dragon Spine trophy, of course, but Magteridon, it kinda gets rendered almost obsolete for most classes. This is a way to incentivize people with good gear that clear the raid to keep going to Magteridon, so new players have a way to go there and get money and get loot. In my opinion, the strongest part about TBC, well, the class balance in TBC, I love it. Please do not destroy it, Cyrene. Please do not mess up my game. I know he's gonna do it. I know he cannot stop. But aside from the class design, he's gonna nerf Shaman to the ground. I can feel it. I can feel he's gonna fuck up the Shaman so bad I cannot even play it. I'm getting mad thinking about it. The strongest thing about TBC is the raid offering. The raiding experience in TBC is top notch, except for Hyjal. Hyjal sucks. Everything else is top notch. Karazhan is so freaking good, is, in my opinion, the greatest raid ever made, and it will never happen again. I like Magteridon, I like the cubes, I think it's super fun. I love Gruul. I love getting knocked over by the Lurker in SSC. It is all really funny. TBC, at its core, at its peak, at its best, is an expansion where you can log in every single day and you have a good place to raid. You have a full course menu of every single raid available to you, and they are almost all worth doing. And if GDKP is gone from TBC, that entire thing goes away. A lot of people get their Dragon Spine trophy and they don't want to do Gruul anymore. A lot of people get their, I don't even know, what's that trinket from Lady Bash? Some trinket. And it is very easy to get one of those big ticket items and consider yourself that you already beat the expansion. How many people get their Onslaught Girdle and it is very hard to get them to show back to Molten Core? Like, that's a problem every guild in Anniversary is having right now, that warriors get their Onslaught Girdle and all of a sudden they don't go to Molten Core anymore. And you might be saying, bro, you're being selfish, that's messed up, you don't have to do it. I agree, they still do it. On a GDKP, that would not be a problem because you know you don't need Dragon Spine Trophy anymore. So if you go to Gruul and Dragon Spine Trophy drops, you are probably making like 40,000 gold. All of a sudden, you are very invested in going to Gruul, even if you don't need any items from Gruul. Also, one thing here, because I think this could be a great opportunity for Blizzard to show a level of hypocrisy I could never imagine, okay? Think about this. We don't know if we're gonna get the token on TBC. I think we're getting the token on TBC. Can I stop it? No, we're getting the token on Classic Plus. It's already there. They are talking about it behind the scenes, okay? Like, the token is non-negotiable. The token is happening for Classic Plus whether we want it or not. The token happened in Rato the Lich King. Nothing happened on that. No consequences for Blizzard. I think they are gonna drop the token in TBC. What's stopping them? They will. I hope they don't, but they will. They will. So we got this thing where we got legally sanctioned RMT by Blizzard, but using gold that you can legally buy from the auction house to get gear is not allowed anymore. How would that work in the logic? How would that work in their head? How do you associate two things together? And it feels like I don't know. It's gonna be very tough. Let me tell you something. If we get tokens and no GDKPs, there is one name for that, and that is hell on earth. And even though I do believe that most people in Anaheim, California are very invested in bringing the devil into this earth, personally, I don't wanna be a minion of the devil. I am too pretty to go to hell. I am a good boy, I promise. TLDR, TBC without GDKPs is gonna suck complete ass. Not because of the lack of RMT, but because RMT exists and is being proven now, and I think a lot of people changed their mind, that GDKPs just exacerbate the problems, the negative consequences of RMT instead of fixing them. GDKPs are our only lifeline, our only line of defense against the swipers, because at least we can exploit them. Without GDKP, the swipers exploit us. And here's the other messed up part, okay? What if Blizzard knows this and they just want to sell more tokens, and they know that if they allow GDKPs and the economy is a lot more equal and there is not this insane gap of wealth between the swipers and the people that play the game legitimately, what if they think that's the best way to sell tokens and they are going to do it anyway? I don't know, man. I just want to see the mental gymnastics they would do. I am all down to hear the mental gymnastics. If they do not allow GDKPs in TBC, I do not have a lot of strong opinions on it, okay? As much as I get mad at Blizzard, I don't think that will ruin the game for me. But I don't think banning GDKPs has made the game any better. In hindsight, I know hindsight is 2020, but now we got plenty of evidence of that. And also, I think that banning GDKPs pisses off a lot more people than it helps. I was a very staunch anti-GDKP person for a long time. GDKPs existing never made me quit the game. I never quit the game because GDKPs existed, but I know a lot of people, a lot of close friends that quit the game because GDKPs are banned. You do with that information what you will. Check us out on Twitch. We are live every day. We're gonna be raiding Heart of Fear. We are doing a community GDKP in Benediction, US. You can check it out in the Discord. If you do not kill the raid, you are welcome to the raid. And subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.